Hello, this is Sid and Millie Chats. I'm Sid,
I'm Millie.
and we invite you to be a fly on our wall. Um, well, I guess let's get right into it, Millie. We just watched the Manchester United
Tried to
versus,
watch it.
well,
Yeah.
tried to watch,
Tried to
sat
watch
through
it.
it. We
Yeah.
sat through it.
Christ. Yeah.
versus Tottenham.
Yeah.
Um, and one nil loss.
Mhm.
Not seeing a lot of positive actions from the team still. I mean,
Yeah.
what are your initial kind of takeaways from that game?
Initial thoughts. We started off. We brought a bunch of youth players with the team today. So the entire bench, barring Lindelof, was all youth players.
Right.
And obviously the first substitution of the game was not made until the 90th minute.
I know. And come on.
Why did we bring a bus full of youth players ready to prove themselves
And not play any of them.
Not a single one of them.
I know. Especially, I mean, we have all of the injuries that have just occurred over the past week.
Oh God! All right.
And I know.
All right. Yeah. Let's get into.
There's
Let's
so
get,
much
yeah,
we could get
yeah.
into, I feel like.
So, okay. Well, let's stick with the game today
Yeah.
for now.
Okay,
For now,
all right.
we can get
Game
into
today,
kind of
we
some of
can-
those elements
Yeah.
of what kind of caused
Led to this.
this performance. But obviously, if you don't know, Marcus Rashford has gone out on loan to Aston Villa. He played the other day, yesterday?
Yeah.
Which would have been Saturday. Had a
Saturday.
phenomenal game, assisted Aston Villa's goal. Anthony has been loaned out to another club in Spain, has gotten man of the match twice, has scored 2 goals, no longer with the club. We have at United 4 attacking options, and Ahmad obviously picked up a serious injury this week, sidelining him for the rest of the season.
I know.
Which,
what happened? Do we even know what
it's
happened?
an ankle injury.
Okay.
So unbelievably unfortunate for him, obviously, speedy recovery.
Of course.
But it just shows the massive mismanagement happening at this club. What is Ruben thinking? What is Ineos thinking?
Yeah.
How have we loaned out 2 attacking players and not brought any attacking players in the door in January?
I know. Because the obviously Dorgu was playing left back today.
Yeah, oh my God. Yes, we finally figured out one solution. Playing a left-footed player on the left side of the field and a right-footed player on the right side of the field. And guess who had probably the best game on the field today? Dorgu. It's almost like if you play him in his normal position on the left side of the field, he can use his left foot
Right.
and be
But
successful.
I mean, that just doesn't make sense.
I know. Yeah, let me not make too much sense over here. But yeah, so I guess just another game of disjointed, disorganized. I mean, okay, there were 2 shots on target in the first 10 minutes. And then after that, that was it. That was it for the rest of the first half. We had half chances. You could argue, obviously Garnacho had the one that he could have probably slotted away and given Bruno another assist. But I think overall, it's just it's just poor football. Say what you will about the way the team was organized prior, but the 3-back, it's not working. The back 3 is turning into a back 5 almost every single time. And so
a flat back.
A flat back 5, exactly. Yeah. So every time that happens, our press is just non-existent. At halftime, Tottenham had outpassed us by almost 150 passes and had more than 30% possession more than we had.
Wow.
And obviously, you could say the statistics don't tell the story of the game, but today the statistics did tell the story of the game. They were winning 1-0 at halftime. They had more possession. They had more shots on target, more shots generally, they had more everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's just if you're being the more dangerous team, you should be winning. It did tell the real story.
Yeah, that's true. The stats did actually respect the game this time.
Right.
100%. But I mean, we could also talk about, Xerxes. Once he gets his feet, under him and is shooting and actually trying to score goals and taking those opportunities, he's going to be a game changer.
100%. Yeah, Xerxes is a special player. And we saw glimpses of that in the second half. And I think the key that unlocked Xerxes was obviously at halftime, something was said about how far back the team was dropping and how far back the back five was getting locked back in that position. And so as the wing backs, Dalot and Dorgu, were able to press higher and get higher up the field, it allowed everybody to get higher up the field to apply a higher line of pressure, which then we started seeing in the second half. United had more shots, they had more possession, they had more attacks, more passes into the 18-yard box, more everything, won the ball higher up the field. And all of that starts from the formation being higher up, like starting the press line higher up and having some better organization. Exactly. But again, like, it shouldn't take 45 minutes for that to be recognized. Yeah. It's way too long. At halftime, when you're taking that break, that is the time to like reorganize, figure out what's going right and wrong, and for him to correct it. Which, yes, you can give him credit that, you know, he did obviously tell the wingbacks they had to get higher and press higher up the field, which did help the line. But, oh my God, they're showing the Premier League table right now. Oh, wow. 15th place, 29 points. Yikes. I mean, United is on track for their worst finish in recent history since they were relegated like almost like 50, 70, I don't even know. Like well before my birth were relegated. Wow. So it's just like these types of performances can't be excused anymore. Like, we can't point the finger at Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag had a better winning record than Ruben does. Yeah. So when he took over, it's just complete mismanagement of the club. Ineos made an awful decision trying to change managers mid-season. I don't know. And they've left us now in a very dark place because the attacking options are limited. Our midfield options are limited. Our defensive options are fine, but without the function of the two lines in front of the defenders, right? I mean, wow. Yeah, it's crazy because with Erik ten Hag, you know, being able to celebrate trophies and then being, you know, frustrated with the footballing aspect of it. But now, like, the footballing aspect has honestly gotten worse. Yeah. It's gotten like profusely worse. They're much less organized. People are saying, oh, it's the players. We don't have the players for it. That's just not true. It's just literally not true. Some of those players have survived like multiple like managers, systems. Right. A lot of those players have played at other clubs with other systems, and players are playing from youth to get to pro, right? Right. They've played every system in the book. I promise you. Because I didn't get to that level, and I've played every system in the book. So you know, so it is possible with the players that are there to make a system work, to be effective. We know this team can finish in 8th place. They finished 8th place last year. So finishing in 15th place is unacceptable. The bar should have been, hey, the season started off slow with Erik ten Hag, which is why he's out the door. But if you can't improve this situation immediately, you're gone too. That's how it should have been. 100%. But again, they didn't apply that pressure. All these long-flated goals of, oh, it's a slow build. How does a slow build work if we're relegated to the second division? I know, yeah. It's not gonna, because then you have to fight your way back up. Right, and you won't be getting transfers because you lose money when you go down a division. When we don't qualify for any European competition next season, right? Like, we're not obviously impossible to. Yeah. That's less money. That's less money that can be used in the transfer window. So where's the slow build? Where do you see a slow build happening? It won't. It's impossible. It won't happen. Yeah. Because we're not going to have the money. And which players in their right mind transfer from top teams to 15th place teams? Nobody's with the way they're playing. Nobody's going to. I mean, come on. It's just not realistic. Yeah. Not if Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, or any of those other clubs give you a call. Why would you go to 15th Man United? Right. We can argue that we are the best club in the world and in England historically, absolutely. But the way right now, Ruben has us in the slumps. Honestly, my brother texted me, and I agree with what he said 100%. This is some of the worst football I've seen in my entire life. Wow. And it's not good. It's not good. And that is a reflection of the manager. I'm sorry. Like, we're already seeing Everton playing better football.
Mm-hmm.
Did David Moyes get transfers? No. Erik ten Hag had the most injuries that I mean, not even like to defend Eric, because that doesn't even matter. But I'm saying, like, the injuries and stuff, it's not an excuse. We had that last season.
Right.
We had that the season before. We'll always have the injuries. We'll always have key players out. So what do you do without that? Can you go and win the FA Cup? Can you go and win another trophy? That's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that is the state of the club. And guess what? Amorim can say whatever he wants about his slow build that might, at this rate, take 25 years with where we are in 15th place. It's not looking like it's going to be in the next 5 years, right? It's not
how it's looking.
It's not a 5-year plan, because again, United are not able to do what City does and just buy players, right? Unless Jim has some epiphany and decides to use his $1 billion to actually help the club. Unless that happens, we're not doing it.
No.
So the transfer windows, 1 or 2 players, maybe every one, depending on who goes out.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be it. So 1 or 2 players over the course of year over year, that means it will take 3 players for Ruben to even curate his first starting 11. That will never be enough time for him to get his own group of players that is apparently necessary.
Come on.
Yeah. But anyway, you say, what was I missed this point in the game. I don't know. I might have gotten up for something, but what did you see? You observed about Ruben's body language that you said they talked about.
Oh, I don't remember what point of the game it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically just sitting down, just staring at the ground with his hands, just like,
wow.
Yeah, like just while the game was actively,
the game was just going on.
Wow. And so, I mean, yeah, he's just, I mean, obviously not in a good place himself.
Yeah.
And like they were saying about how big this job is, and like talking about it's bigger than he expected as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
He's probably feeling that now.
100%.
Definitely feeling that now. So yeah, like that was pretty disappointing to see. Like if you're like a big time manager, like of a big club, I feel like things like that shouldn't be something you're doing as like publicly.
And let me just say, like, as a player, if you look over to your bench and you see your coach looking dejected, staring off into space, like having, I don't even know what you would call that when they showed the replay.
Yeah.
That doesn't fill you with energy. That's not going to fill you with the desire to play, to go win, to go challenge 50-50s, to go get stuck into tackles, to take the shot when the chance is on. That doesn't inspire you. It doesn't. Because if any of the players, which you know some of them would, glance at that and saw that, they're like, wow, we're done.
Yeah.
That's the energy. It just
pulls you down with him.
Yeah, game over. Like, and at the end of the day, that is the performance that we put on. Yes, there were chances, but again, I'm not going to sit here again for another manager and defend chances, because that's what we were doing with Ten Hag for the entire second year of his 2 years with the club. Defending, we missed chances. We had chances, but we missed chances. We created 1.xg per the game. Bro, miss me with that. Put the ball in that net. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
So is everything else nothing. Tottenham hadn't had a clean sheet at home in the Premier League in over 15 games until today.
Wow.
Against us.
Embarrassing.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, well, and yesterday we were talking about how back when you would watch United like a long time ago, I don't know how long ago, but just like growing up and like United would be playing Tottenham and yeah, exactly. And now it's like a big game.
It's like this was like a big game, like a big, basically relegation battle game.
Yeah.
Between Tottenham and Man United. It's like a Twilight Zone. It's a joke. Tottenham's barely even supposed to be considered a Big Six team.
Right.
They have 0 trophies ever, historically. And United, this is where we fall into, battling with Tottenham in the lower half of the table. Those, like, Ruben should be embarrassed.
Facts.
I'm sorry, he should be embarrassed. When Ten Hag gave him the job, he was closer to the top than he was now.
Mm-hmm.
So where have you taken us? We have to see something. We have to see something to believe in something. Remember what Ruben said when he got the job. To get time, to buy time, you have to win games. He is not winning games. We are not winning games.
No.
It is painful to watch.
100%. Well, because, right, he said that and then switched up immediately to we're going to have to struggle.
Suffer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple weeks into the job, going from we need to win to buy time to we have to suffer now.
Right.
What does that mean?
What is that switch up?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think managers do have the ability to get into a job and boost the team. I'm sorry. We've seen it too many times. We know it's possible.
Yeah.
We saw inexperienced Ole Gunnar Solskjaer take over Manchester United in the same right after we had an interim manager saying that it was going to require open heart surgery to fix the club, right? And then Ole took that same group of players plus a couple youth guys and took them to second place and bullied Man City at Old Trafford, had the best away record in Premier League history, all under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who didn't get transfers. Ole literally did not get transfers.
So same team.
He got like older players, right? Well, I mean, we had like decent different players, Rashford in his prime, Martial. Right. But my point is that other managers who have taken our team places have not had time in transfer windows in this promise of 8 or 9 transfers to somehow make your vision come true. They haven't had that. It's not real. I mean,
it's like a dreamscape.
It is. Yeah. It's just not real. Like, if you and I show up to our jobs and we just don't work, or we're doing our job very poorly, we're gonna have to
suffer for a while,
right?
Before we can really get there.
That's what we tell our bosses.
Our managers
I'm sorry.
Will be like, bye.
Like, it's insane that someone is saying that whilst they have a job. No, get results, do the work. It should be better. We should see something, something, anything. I'm sorry, it's not there. Shots are not like today. We didn't even get the possession stat. So this whole style of play also just wasn't even a thing today.
Yeah,
give me a break. So another loss. This is becoming a trend. I like, you know, a couple episodes ago we were talking about trying to remain hopeful with it.
I know, and
here we are again, saying, God, let's keep trying to be hopeful. Let's talk about some bright points.
I know, yeah.
What were some good things that happened? There was two bright points for us today.
Well, we talked about Xerxes.
Right, yeah. So Xerxes, despite all the darkness from the day, in the second half, Xerxes came to life, played really well, was a really important player, and showed his composure on the ball, his ability to switch the field, his long passing, and also just his ability to beat people one-on-one.
Yeah, like dribbling around people, like we were talking about how
saucy Xerxes. So Xerxes, well done today. Like 45, like second half, that's a great half of football. Like, he showed what he could be. And honestly, he did a lot of good actions that helped us create a lot of those opportunities in the second half. So Xerxes had a good game.
Definitely.
He was one of the bright points. And then yes, exactly. So my second one would be Dorgu for today. I mean, the guy made the overlap probably every time he could. I mean, he ran his lungs out. And one thing I love to see is a player running for the badge.
Yeah.
And one thing you could not say Dorgu didn't do today is run for the badge. He ran, he overlapped, he won tackles, he got forward, he put in crosses. He did what a left-footed winger does on the left side of the field. He did his role, and he did it fantastic.
Put him in the right spot.
Put him in his position. He does the role. And so, yes, so shout out to Dorgu. He also had a great game. Those were the two bright spots of the team. I mean, Bruno, of course, you get a captain's performance out of him all the
Right.
time. I don't really like seeing Bruno play in this deeper role that Ruben has him in. I mean, again, Ruben, you have one of the most statistically attacking, like, magnificos of the Premier League. The guy is already among legends, better than Frank Lampard with statistics, chances created, shots, goals, like already on par with Premier League greats. And you've now put him in a deeper role that doesn't allow him to get in front of goal, doesn't allow him to get those shots and assists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, he did have the one tee up for Garnacho, which should have been an assist for sure.
That's true.
But again, when you put Bruno in a deeper position, yes, he'll still work hard and spray the ball, but in reality, you want Bruno being the one playing those incisive passes to our running attackers, right? Because he's the one who finds those. Think about how many assists Bruno has from just slipping balls in behind or picking the right, like putting him in a deeper role doesn't give him the ability to do that. So I just don't think he's being properly utilized right now. We've barely seen him get goals or assists since this new system.
Yeah, true.
So anyway, so yeah, Dorgu, Xerxes, good games today. Maguire did his job, winning headers, nonstop, winning some tackles. I mean,
that's nothing new.
Yeah. So that's basically it. Those were our thoughts on Manchester United's loss versus Tottenham in the Premier League today. What is it? February 16th. Just another sad result, honestly. But if you made it this far,
we appreciate you tuning in. And we'll
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Come on then.
Thanks for watching.